Chase Elliott got the win over a hard-charging Ryan Blaney on Sunday at the Cookout Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium, as it was a sold-out event. The Cup Series made their return to the historic short track for the first time since 1971. Elliott, who won the pole and was working through lap traffic, got the win over Blaney by 1.333 seconds in a 200-lap race located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Blaney started the race last among 29 drivers with a provisional due to him finishing second in the points standings last year. Elliott got his first win in the Clash, which came to Bowman Gray after being at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum for the last 3 years. He is also the second Elliott to win the Clash, as his brother Bill did in 1987 at Daytona International Speedway when it was known as the Busch Clash. Bill also won the Daytona Binder that year, also, as Mike Joy mentioned in the broadcast. Here's Elliott talking about getting the win after starting from the pole and more, courtesy of Fox.
Yeah, first off, just thanks everybody for coming out. Y'all made for a really fun environment for us, and we don't race in stadiums like this, so just really cool, and I appreciate y'all making that moment special for me and my team. This is awesome. I know it's not a points race, but it is nice to win for sure, and just really proud of our team for just continuing to keep our heads down and push forward for sure. Had a tough race. Ryan kept me honest there at the end. Denny was really good there at the second half of that break, and I just felt like he was kind of riding, and I was afraid to lose control of the race and not be able to get it back. So, fortunately it worked out. A great way to start the season. Huge thanks to everybody at Hendrick Motorsports. A lot of hard work over the off season. Napa Auto Parts, Chevrolet. We have some great partners, and excited to get to Daytona. It's a great way to start the season.
Elliott was also asked on what he had to say to the fans on getting to witness them at Bowman Gray, which is known as the Madhouse, and more, also courtesy of Fox.
Well, y'all deserved it. I hope it was a good show for you. This environment is special, and this is a place that has had deep history in NASCAR, and I think they deserve this event. Truthfully, and I hope we didn't disappoint. It was fun for me at least, and we'll hopefully come back here one day.
Hamlin led twice for 28 laps, but fell back after Elliott got the lead back from him on lap 126. Then when Blaney passed Hamlin's Toyota on lap 147, it became a two-driver race. Blaney's car later got tight for him, which prevented the driver of the 12 Team Penske Ford to challenge for the win. Blaney decided not to make an overly aggressive move on his buddy Elliott. Here's Blaney talking about how much fun he had on the track and more, also courtesy of Fox.
Yeah, I had a blast. I was saying last year we came from last to third, and this year last to second. I just got to not start last, so we might have a shot to win one of these things. But, that was fun. That was a blast, and the car was really good, especially the first half and the second half. And, being able to get to second and then, race hard with Chase there, like who's going to save more tire. And I just didn't quite have enough right rear at the end to make a move on him. But that was a blast. So I appreciate Menards and Great Lakes Flooring, Ford Performance, Dex Imaging, Body Armor, the Worth Group, Dent Wizard, everybody for what they do, and that's a fun time. So, I hope the fans enjoyed it. That was a really good show. Happy we could come to Bowman Gray and put on a great race for everybody, and like I said, it's more fun for my seat when you're going forward. But props to the 12 boys for getting better throughout the weekend, and look forward to Daytona.
Joey Logano finished fourth, and Bubba Wallace-Smith moved up from his 14th starting position. The rest of the top 10 was Ross Chastain finishing 6th, Austin Cindric 7th, Tyler Reddick 8th, Shane Van Gisbergen 9th, and Chris Buescher 10th. Hamlin gave his thoughts on that final restart on lap 121, which was after the 7th caution for Brad Keselowski's spin off of Wallace's bumper. I just didn't do very well in that restart there and kind of lost the bottom, and Chase took advantage of it, Hamlin said, who finished third. Once you get the lead, it's a lot easier to hang on to it. Here's more from Hamlin on Elliott and more. I thought that they were just a little better that second half than we were, along with the 12. Blaney was as well, he said. We just have to get a little bit better, but overall, a good day for our Sport Clips Toyota. In a last chance qualifying race, that determined the 21st and 22nd starting positions in the main event, Kyle Larson won after he started in 10th and survived 9 cautions in that 75-lap race. On lap 72, Larson got the lead from Josh Berry, who made his first start for the historic Wood Brothers Racing at the track where Team Patriarch and NASCAR Hall of Famer Glenn Wood won all 4 of his Cup races. Larson took the lead for the first time on lap 30 and led a race high 36 laps on the way to that win. However, Larson's 500 Motorsport Chevrolet got damaged after he gave up the lead to Eric Jones on a restart on lap 65. In a melee that happened moments after racing continued, Jones spotted a 3-wide incident with Berry and Larson and dropped out of contention. Here's Larson talking about his run in the last chance qualifier and more. "My car was way, way better than it was yesterday," said Larson, whose 8th place finish in his Saturday heat relegated him to the last chance qualifier. "That was fun. I was able to get to the front without really getting into too many people. But then, after that long break for local champion Burt Meyer's hard wreck on lap 61, I cycled really tight for that restart and allowed Eric to get in front of me and just kind of lost control of the race at that point. Then the next restart, it got crazy and I got a bunch of damage." Berry, who started 13th, finished 2nd and started 22nd in the clash. Berry and Larson finished 13th and 17th in the main event, respectively. Here's Berry's thoughts and more. "It got pretty rough," Berry said. "You hate that it comes to that, but it is what it is. It's the madhouse. It's Bowman Gray Stadium. It's a tight racetrack, and you're going to run into each other." Other notable finishers in the main event included Christopher Bell finishing 11th, Kyle Busch 15th, William Byron 18th, Alex Bowman 19th, Keselowski 21st, and Daniel Suarez 22nd, respectively. The Cup Series will officially start the 2025 regular season at Daytona International Speedway, with the Daytona 500 being held there on Sunday, February 16th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox, MRN, and SiriusXM NASCAR Radio. Congratulations to Chase Elliott on winning the Clash at Bowman Gray Stadium. Pretty cool that he got to do that, especially being the first time that it happened like that. He dominated the race, especially, but even though like at the end of that first half of the race, Hamlin got him, but especially like Elliott found a way back in the second half, and even though it looked like Blaney had a chance to catch him there, Blaney ran out of his stuff and all that, and Elliott was able to pull away. It was able to navigate through lap traffic as well easier than Blaney was, especially Elliott just found a way to get the win. And pretty cool that he got to do that, especially it was pretty cool also how he did the burnout in the grass as well there and after the race when he did that as well. So that was pretty cool that he did that, especially there as well. So, and plus he shout out the fans as well, talking about like them in his interview as well, after being interviewed about that as well. So definitely pretty cool, especially. And yeah, I was excited to see like the Cup Series there at Bowman Gray, especially. I talked about the announcement of that as well. Gave my thoughts on that, how excited that was as well. I'll leave that in the description. But yeah, pretty cool like event it was there at Bowman Gray, especially being sold out and all that. And I like the fact that they didn't add the safer barriers on the infield as well. If it wasn't for that, LA would have been able to like do the burnout how he did in the grass, especially because of the fact had there been safer barriers down the infield, like how it was at the LA Coliseum, there would have been a way for LA to do the burnout that he did. So that'll be pretty cool that they kept the character of Bowman Gray like that, especially because of the fact that the infield is like that open. So definitely pretty cool there, especially. And it was cool to be able to see the upgrades of the track as well, especially with the safer barriers. So anytime the Cup Series comes to a new track, especially they have to make it ready for the Cup Series and to make it safer as well. So those safer barriers, I'm sure, will most likely need to be permitted as well there. So especially, or I think something like that. But yeah, that would be cool if they left it like that. Especially be safer for like the local series there as well. So that would be pretty cool there, especially. But yeah, I was excited about it, especially seeing like it was sold out. I thought it would be sold out, especially with the fact that it had a lot of people there, especially 17,000 people, as it was represented the broadcast as well. They're pretty cool that it happened like that. It was pretty cool to be able to see as well there the guys there back at the track as well, especially there with Chris Myers and Kevin Harvick, Jamie McMurray, and Clint Boyer being there at the pre-race there as well during the track as well. That'd be an incredible view that they had. You got to see the whole track especially, so that was pretty cool, exciting. Yeah, it was exciting a bit to be able to see the Cup Series there live and all that's pretty cool, especially with the fact that it was good to get a change of venue, especially, like I said, the LA Coliseum just wore out its welcome, all that, like I said in that video as well. And it was cool like to get a change like that, especially for the teams to be able to be closer to home and all that. Like I said, that even though they could afford to travel, but still though pretty cool that especially for the teams to be home in North Carolina and all that, especially cut costs on travel and to be able to get back into like a grassroots track like Bowman Gray. So definitely, hopefully they continue to race there for a couple of years. But especially, it's good to change it up. I agree with Kevin Harvick, how he said there in the pre-race, it's good to change it up. Clint Boyer liked the fact that they could keep it for a couple of years. I guess it'll be okay to keep it for a couple of years. But definitely, it's good to change it up just to keep it exciting and fresh. Especially, even Ben Kennedy said that in a bed like the Clash, it's good to change it up, especially. Definitely would be pretty cool if they did change it up. But definitely, I like the fact that it went back to Bowman Gray, especially there to see Cup cars there on the track live and all that. Especially how they had a lot of history there at the track during the earlier days of the sport. So that'd be a pretty exciting event and all that. So congratulations to NASCAR on having this there, especially definitely it was an exciting event, especially the racing. Very calm there in the first half, especially. But in the part of the second half, there was like some incidents there, but for the most part, it was a calm race. It definitely wasn't a mess like how it was in the LCQ, especially. That was a very wild race. A lot of the cautions and all that, especially drivers trying to get into the main event. Like, it's understandable there, especially, but definitely it wasn't as much of a yellow fever as it was there at the LA Coliseum. Definitely much more calm and all that, so definitely that makes the event more exciting there as well. But it was just exciting just because of the fact, like I said, it's brand new and all that. Obviously, when it's there for a couple of years, eventually it won't be as unique or what it was when it was new. So it is what it is there, especially. But still, though, the congratulations again to NASCAR like making this happen, all that, and congratulations to Elliott again on winning the Clash there at Bowman Gray. Pretty cool there, especially. So definitely, it was an exciting event there for sure. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. If you are brand new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.